Feeling some heat. He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion is good, and they vault on top by one here in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the ground with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Now on second down. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
That's caught. It's Burks. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. And still a one-point game here, Jesse, and the offense would like to put something together.
No doubt, execution is going to be critical here, David, because with a one-point lead, it just feels like the team that makes the fewest mistakes at this point of the game is going to win.
And it's nice to know that my defense just put a really good stop together, got me the ball back. Now it's go time. Fourth quarter, I got to go make this happen.
That's caught. It's right. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air, it's Dark. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big tight end.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense. And because of the score and the time, kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a two-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, fourth quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be aggressive and try to climb back into this one. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. Let's see what happens on third.
Extending the play. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. He caught it! And he steps in just in the nick of time to get the touchdown they need, and now they need to cap it with a 2.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense, great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
This crowd beside itself, trying to help that defense make a stand on the 2. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. He makes the connection. He will get there for the two-point conversion, and we have a tie game in the waning seconds. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Trying to find his man on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. We'll get it started here in overtime. The run to the left. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground, and getting upfield.
Second and 1, and they're going to make him line up to defend the pass. 4 wideouts, 2 on either side. Scanning the field, it's Arnold. They're bringing heat. Touchdown Sooners! They take the lead here in overtime. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Oklahoma 57, Ole Miss 50.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Touch pass on the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not, but my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
Pulls it in, and he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. 1st and goal in overtime, and they have to answer with a touchdown. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The Rebels want to move quickly. Trying to get in the end zone again. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense.
Touchdown, Ole Miss! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after. They're not going to mess around. They'll go for 2 and the win right here. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. No interest in another overtime. They'll go for 2 and the win. Looking to throw, it's Dart. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. They did not get it, and they'll lose the game by 1. Pushed all the chips to the middle of the table in overtime, and it did not pay off. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, baby.
Free. Yeah, right.